Hey, yo. Welcome to another episode of the Cheatcoders podcast. My name is Raph, and this is episode 118.
218.
I'm still stuck in the hundreds, bro. I'm still living in the past, but now I'm in the future. This is 218, and I am here with my usual suspects of Mini Pinoy Grill, but nothing mini about him is Don doing stuff.
What's doing?
And also to my right is Mr. Dodging the beige hat ever since I started wearing it.
It's so sweaty, man.
And it's Mr. Garcia.
Zip, zap, zooey, baby.
Zip, zap, zooey, baby. Zip, 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 zap.
It's been a while since we heard the catchphrase.
Yeah, I've been rewatching old episodes.
Zip, zap, zooey.
Anyways, we're going to start the show. I just want to ask you guys, how are you feeling mentally?
Good, man.
A lot better than last episodes.
Yeah, we had a bit of a break.
Bro,
Yeah.
I think today, even though the heat's still coming through and making us sweat, I think we could pull through with some good content for the listeners out there, for the dedicated fans out there, to everyone. This is like I really mean this shit, bro. We do this for you guys, bro.
There's more pressure now. Like before, we used to just like faff about and just make up stuff because we're like, nah, it doesn't matter. No one's listening to us.
It does matter.
No one's listening. This is before. But
Everything
now,
that we've done is on purpose, bro. None of it was winging it.
Everything is meticulously put together.
All those laughs is very deliberate.
it's been strategized. Every time you see me laughing, that was deliberate.
It's scripted for sure.
Well, how about you? Are you feeling good mentally?
Feeling good.
Your favorite holidays coming up?
Which day?
V-Day.
V-Day.
Oh, V-Day, yeah.
V-Day is the day where you just go out and become a...
No, you know what? This year, I don't have... I'm focusing on me, bro.
Also, you're having
Me-Day.
V-Day. Valentine Days.
Yeah. No, I haven't really thought about this
Valentine's Day.
Usually, I don't know, man. Usually, I don't know. It's someone that's like at least like just like on the side or whatever. But like this last month, like I've been dry, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
I've been focusing on me.
That's it, bro. You need to focus on you because, like, how can you take care of other people when you can't take care of yourself?
Yeah.
But
No,
like,
just that and I don't know, like even before we had a chat with Leanne, I kind of had this thing on focusing on things to do for myself.
Is that because you wetted it up, although in Philippines?
No. I could always. It's like me and food, bro. Like I could always eat. You know what I'm
oh,
saying?
so you're hibernating right now. What's those
Even if
animals that hibernate for like a whole
Bears?
season in winter? Yeah, bear.
Yeah.
You're a cuddly little teddy bear.
Yeah. I don't know.
But like, how about you, Don? Do you celebrate Valentine's Day?
I don't celebrate Valentine's
bro,
Day,
here we
bro.
go. We got the two polar opposites when it comes to Valentine's Day.
You're going to be Valentining it up in Manila, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Manila Valentine's Day. But
This guy doesn't believe in Valentine's Day, but he took the whole month break on February to hang out with the girl.
Oh, man.
Don's like, I'll be back on February 30. Like, whoa.
We're like, this is not a Valentine's gift. This is a Valentine's month. I believe in the month.
It's the red month.
Because it's one of those Hallmark holidays, right? Like the price for flowers and chocolate goes up on Valentine's Day, but then afterwards it goes back down again. It's just one of those things where it's just another excuse just to jack up the price.
Oh, dude, this guy's such a hater.
I know it, bro.
Stupid love.
But like, you know what? I think
Love is just a chemical reaction in your brain.
I think okay, this guy. We can tell that you don't care about Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
He thinks love is not real.
Oh, man.
But what you call it? I think with like holidays, they should be a
jokes.
Boxing Day for every single one of them.
A Boxing Day?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
for the yeah.
Yeah, because like they,
You
they
need
have
a
the
recovery.
sales and stuff, the recovery. Because everyone's saying, oh, all these holidays are just a corporate, scheme to get the
Yeah.
money out of us, and a marketing scheme to, get the money rolling. But
Yeah.
you know what? You
That's
should.
what keeps the world going round, though, I
Hey,
guess.
Amen. Amen. If we didn't have any holidays, bro, we'd just be wandering around like, what the fuck?
That's true. I've seen. I know what you're talking about. Like I've seen people going like instead of saying "be my Valentine," they scratch out the word Valentine. Can be my everyday. You know what I mean? And it's just the whole like. I mean, a lot of the time it's really bullshit because people get like it gets tedious at times.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday and everyone's will be like, it's not Valentine's again, is it? You know what I mean? That's kind of like the reason. Like if Christmas was every day, it wouldn't be special anymore.
That's it, bro.
So,
Yeah, that's true. I guess so.
But you know, as other people would say, you know, you don't need a special day to treat your girl out.
Yeah.
You don't need a special day to treat your family to a gathering to be together. But actually, we do, because if I didn't have those days marked in my calendar,
we need a date for the calendar.
I'll totally forget.
A reminder.
So these are designed for us.
Babe, I'll take you out on February 29.
Where it's cheaper.
Where it doesn't exist.
February 29, babe.
Hey, babe, let me just take you out on a holiday. So Don is going on holiday.
Don's a baller, bro.
He doesn't believe in
He
Valentine's
was
Day.
like, hey, let me.
bro, you know what? You know the conversation we had. He was like, man, I want to treat my girl out. So, like, can I have 2 weeks off of the podcast?
The conversation we had. The conversation.
He rang me up. He was like, yo, Ralph, sorry to like tell you this late, but I booked some tickets to.
That doesn't sound like me. That sounds like. No. What would have been if it was me? I would have booked it in 4 weeks in advance. I would have went, hey, I'm putting in my leave request.
By the way, do you know where leave derives from? It derives from back in the Greek mythology days.
Here's a fucking fun fact. Here's a fun fact. I'm not going to be here for 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, man. So Don is not going to be here for about 2 weeks. Is it two weeks of the pod? So he won't be there. So he'll come back at the end of Feb.
I won't be here in person. I won't be here in person.
He'll be here virtually. But if you miss the sweating arms in person, you're going to have to wait. So all the fine Don Hive out there, because I know you got a Hive fan base over there, the Don Stickles or something.
The what?
Don Stickles, bro.
Don Stickles.
Whatever you guys want to call yourselves. The Don Dons.
The Hungarian salamis. That's what they're called.
The hungry salamis.
The fine addicts.
The fine.
Jesus.
Fine day.
Valentine's Day. Oh, man.
Well, shout outs to everyone that loves Don. So just because he's going to be leaving for 2 weeks and not being here in person, we're going to start off with this segment.
Don, white Hungarian salami.
Yes. It's funny because I have some Valentine's Day facts.
Ooh.
I have some like love facts, right? And the reason why I don't like Valentine's Day is because it leaves a bunch of people out, right? Because there are people who don't have a loved one or don't have like a significant other, and they sometimes call it SAD, Single Awareness Day,
Right.
Some people call it that, and it kind of feels like that when you're single, and like I remember, because everybody's all paired up, and when if you want to go out and have dinner, everything's all booked out and this and that, and it's tough for people who are single. You know what I mean? Not for Wild Dog Garcia because
It's just a Tuesday for me.
So apparently, I've got a few facts.
Tuesday.
I've got a few facts about love and Valentine's Day. Well, it's mostly about love, and
Yo, this guy's in love, bro.
No.
You know, like how Don. I know how Don works. He likes to. When he goes through life, he likes to research what he's going through. Like
researched love.
Recently researched love.
Oh, you're smitten, bro.
Just love, bro.
The lug and now.
I just want to tell some jokes. Can I just tell some jokes?
Go.
Can I just tell some jokes? No. So here's some love facts, and also adding some like advice and tips and tricks to like the single people out there. You know what I mean, for Valentine's Day. So apparently, so many places, or specifically this place, University of Syracuse, they found that falling in love has similar effects to taking cocaine. And it's been said before that like studies have been done, falling in love is like being on drugs. So if you don't have a significant other, if you're single on Valentine's Day, just do coke.
Well,
just do coke.
I was going to say, he kind of works in reverse as well. Okay. Find someone, do coke with them, and there's probably a chance you fall in love.
Exactly. Especially MDMA. If you do something like, can we talk about drugs on this?
Yeah, bro. We talk about everything, bro.
Yeah. If you do some MDMA, you'll love everybody. You'll love everybody. So
Mudma.
so if you are mudma, if you haven't,
Or Viagra, you'll love everyone.
or you'll just love
whatever's your poison.
or you'll just love for 12 hours straight. That's what
V-Day
you'll
could
do.
be a
For
different
12
meaning to
hours.
you guys. V-Day, just take the V, go nuts for the V, bro.
Nothing sad
But-
about that.
So the other fun fact, or the other interesting thing that I learned about
Stiffy
love.
arousal day.
Stiffy arousal day. Wow.
Sad.
The other one is like, you know how people say I got butterflies in my stomach when they look at somebody?
Yeah.
That's actually an actual thing. It's caused by adrenaline. So like whenever you see somebody like you love, it's the adrenaline running through your body and you start to feel like these butterflies in your stomach. So if you don't have a significant other this Valentine's Day, just do some extreme sports, like jump off out of a plane.
Yeah.
And and the adrenaline will go up, and you'll feel like you're in love. And more to that point, you're more likely to fall in love with someone when you're in a state of excitement or fear.
Yeah.
Right. So those two things, your body doesn't realize the difference between excitement or fear. Right. So if you don't have a loved one this Valentine's Day, just put yourself and another person in a risky situation and watch the love bloom.
You know what? You're
Watch
kind
the
of giving
love.
me an idea. Like, this happened like maybe an hour ago, right? I saw something on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go. I told her like, I'm busy tonight, but I'll come over tomorrow. And just out of curiosity, I checked out their Facebook profile, and they're kind of cute in the face, thick in the waist. And I was like, oh man. So I was thinking to myself, like, if this girl is single, I'm just gonna be like, hey, stop me if I'm being too forward or being inappropriate. But are you busy next Tuesday? You know what I mean? Like,
You're gonna ask her out.
we'll see if she is or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then if, like what you said, adrenaline, plays a big part, I'm going to pretend that I'm going to rob her for the shit that I'm buying first. And then you go, hey,
She'll fall in love with you, bro. She'll fall in love with you.
give me your fucking number.
Now you're gonna be like, give me your heart.
Your heart.
Give me your heart.
Give me your organs. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna take your breath
Will you go out with
away.
me?
I'm just kidding. Would you like a coffee? Let's go.
I'll take your breath away.
Give me your breath.
Give me your breath.
What are you doing? I'm taking your breath away.
Give me your breath. Give me that.
You just kick her on the shin. He goes, what the fuck are you doing? He's like trying to sweep you off your feet.
I realize how dangerous these sayings are, bro. If you're taking someone's breath away, you're practically killing them.
Yeah.
If you fall in love, you're gonna probably hit your head. You know what I mean? Like sweep your feet,
Oh man.
take their heart. That you practically killed them.
Yeah, I tase him and shit. What the fuck are you doing? I'm trying to make your heart skip a beat. Clear.
Drink this. What are you trying to do? No punch drunk love.
With a true punch.
He actually punched.
Drink this. You have a shot ready.
Oh man. Oh man.
Dangerous, bro. Cupid, what's his weapon? Fucking
just-
arrow, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
You shoot them in the legs, and it's like, oh, I'm trying to make your knees weak.
Isn't that
So weak that you can't hardly speak.
Fucking hell.
with a crowbar? Right? Whack. Just got Nancy Kerrigan. That's a throwback. Check out. Shout out to Margot Robbie, played I Nancy.
Shout out.
Also,
Oh, man.
how can you really get lost in someone's eyes? Is there any way? I don't think I've never been lost in anyone's eyes. I know exactly where I am.
Just straight up.
I'm standing right in front of you.
You look at your phone, go to the GPS. I'm like, where the hell am I? There are no landmarks in these eyes.
You know, that's when you're really in love, where you just don't know where the fuck you are.
I mean, since we're in the subject of love, right? How many times? I mean, I don't know. Is this too much? How many times have you ever fallen in love? Like you've been.
Here we go. All right, here we go.
Like honest with yourself,
Taking
right?
us to the next level,
Because
right?
you know, like people fall out of love as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
could be. I mean, people have not like numerous relationships, not necessarily be in love. You know what I mean? So
I have a take on this, but you can go for it.
When he says he has a take on it, it's got to do with the debate. He wants to debate someone, right?
No, I don't want to debate someone. It's just like I've got a different take on what, like, because
I've really only been loved once.
hey,
And-
I knew he was gonna say that.
There is no other answer.
Shout out
to
to
that question.
Shout
it
outs.
came over me
In
in
a
a
rush. Actually, it took me a while to propose. So it came over me in 7 years.
Whoa! But you guys met early on, right? Like you
Yeah,
guys
like-
were young, so
Yeah, like after high school, we met through uni and all that, and then
shit, man.
after
this
that,
guy.
bro, I hit
Your
21.
legs, man.
Met 21, and then all of my 20s is all about her.
Oh,
Sacrificed the best part of life, apparently,
Well, it's not
really
and
a
replaced it
sacrifice.
with a better life.
And
you
then
know?
all in
Well,
your
there you
30s,
go.
it's all about Seth.
Yeah, man. All about Seth, bro. So 30s, well, actually, you know,
Fucking
it's
this
always
guy-
going to be all about you, baby. But now it's all about us.
This guy did the blueprint,
Look
man.
at this, man.
Yeah, hey, if you've been in a relationship as long as I have, you found
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the blueprints.
Well, that's
You'd like
true.
to hope so.
Like you,
You'd like to hope so.
I'm still lost. I still get yelled at, so I'm doing something wrong. Why the fuck did you leave the dishes on? Why the fuck? I'm like, I don't know, babe. I'm just trying to find the love.
man.
you know, it had to soak. That's why I left it there.
I was so lost in your eyes. Okay, now I get the saying.
It's lost in your eyes. Oh man, yeah, I have the cynical view of this.
Yeah?
I'm cynical. Like, it's I feel like
this is gonna be another question as well. But how many times have you done cocaine?
I mean, the University of Syracuse.
Yes, they
I
said.
can tell you, man.
I tried it. Oh no. That's a good question. That's a very good question, Raph.
Still counting.
The reason, because the reason why I think about it is like love is more like a decision or a commitment that you make. It's more like an action, right? Than it is to be like, oh, you fall in love with someone, or you are attracted to them, and then that's what most people think is love. But actual love,
I think
is,
that's like a young perspective on
like
love,
puppy
right?
love, right?
Yeah.
But like what I think is love is 7 years and then like getting married and then having a child and like that.
That's like it's having a different love language.
But it's also like, you know, it's being in that committed relationship for a long time.
Yeah.
And deciding to be in it for a long time. That's what I feel is love. It's
so how many times
it's the
have you-
decision.
It's the longevity.
Yeah.
You know, like it's more an action thing. You can
Yeah,
say that
action.
you love someone,
So
but you can break up with them in 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
That's not really love.
Yeah,
but it's,
'cause-
you know, 7 years or
Yeah,
even
yeah,
more.
yeah. You feel like the commitment wasn't there, right? If it's only 2 weeks.
If I'm gonna be real on this thing, and I told Gus, Garcia knows me from the high school and stuff. I was a slut in high school.
you're a slut, an SLART.
Slut.
Slut.
You're a fucking liar, bro. You lied to every single one of you. Remember
Why?
that? Or our Patreon. You lied to our patrons.
What? What are you talking about?
You said that you weren't a player.
I wasn't.
You were a slut. What's the
No,
difference between a
because he didn't
slut
have
and a player?
numerous ones at the
Oh,
same
so
time.
I didn't have numerous
He
girlfriends.
was a
He
committed.
had numerous ones within
good.
a week.
All right. So you were a relationship slut.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, committed slut.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Yeah, yeah.
beautiful. That's-
So it's
Some of
always-
them, he didn't even like. You weren't sleeping because we were like so young, right?
Yeah.
You maybe just finger banged
I'll-
a bit, but
and I'll-
not to sleep with them. In class, maybe.
And then,
All right. Don't tell me you had a girl for each period.
whoa, bro, whoa.
That came out wrong, bro.
I saw
I
your
said like
eyes.
school. Wait a minute.
You
We
reconsidered
are
that after saying
older,
that.
and that is a different meaning to us now.
No, it was like I thought, because when I was younger, I thought I needed to find like validation or attention from somebody else. Because I was really insecure in myself when I was younger, and so I would always look to be with somebody.
I got a question for you, bro. Because like you mentioned, I've known you since high school and shit. I'm like back then we were like really like all really involved in religion and the youth group that we were in. Did your perception on like, you know how you were saying like the way that you look at love, did that ever change compared to how you were back then? I mean, that's aside from, you know, saying like puppy love and shit.
Yeah.
Had it always been like that?
I think it has started to evolve because, again, from a really young age, I had this romantic, like this hopeless romantic view on love.
Yeah, like the movies.
Like the movies, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I was 14 or 15 and I thought love was big gestures. I thought it was like rock up to somebody's house and like be outside their house and start singing.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was that.
I did that too. Like I did like big gestures and then got a restraining order. No.
And now they're happily married.
Massive gesture.
Yeah, they are, because I've looked at their Facebook pages. I'm joking, but like it came across it didn't come across the way that I thought it would come across initially. Like
Thought it'd be
I'll
sweet.
do the grand gesture.
Yeah.
But then they're like, "Oh, you're suffocating me."
Well,
type of
the
thing.
grand gesture
Yeah.
works if they kind of like you back. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But if they don't, you look like a creep.
It's like you rock up, you know,
I know that
you
firsthand.
rock up to somebody's workplace and you're like, "Hey, I'm here to profess my love," blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Dude, I'm at work. And I'm at work. This is my workplace. You're embarrassing me in front of my workmates."
that
that
makes sense.
And then like the managers be like, "What's going on? Like, why is this?" I'm like, "Sorry."
You look like a mad loser.
Yeah.
because you'd be like, I saw this in a movie once.
Exactly, right?
You haven't seen that movie? Fuck.
That's in a movie. Like send flowers. That would be easier.
Can you go catch a plane so I could chase you?
Yeah.
You like have to
Has
leave
that
the
ever
country.
happened in life, bro? That shit does not happen.
You know how annoying that would be? Like running to the airport, getting stopped for the explosives test. Like they'd be
Yeah.
like, "You've been selected for a random search." I'm like, "Fuck, she's about to board this plane."
Because I said take everything out of your pockets. Like, fuck, man. Come on, man.
Imagine nowadays, but you have to wear a mask in the airport. She
Oh,
wouldn't.
gosh.
She wouldn't last running at all, bro. Any of us would be running and be like, "Oh fuck, bro!" Breathing on our stuff.
Yeah, by the time you see them, like all this like sweat over here.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh man.
It's not a good sight.
But is that real shit? That's never happened. I've never seen any news or articles or videos where people get stopped at the airport for their love profession. Like, "I love you, don't leave me." I'm like, but I bought this expensive ticket that took me ages to book.
Yeah.
And then I had to pay more for the baggage. If you love me, you're gonna have to pay for this motherfucking ticket.
man.
Shit.
Nah, you know what? I reckon someone did try, but they forgot like their passport or something. So it's like you can't go past.
You can't go
I don't give a
past.
fuck who you love.
They forget the traffic outside the airport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You guys
Oh
trying to
my-
find parking.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
They forget there's like about 3
know-
lines to get
You
through.
know what?
Yeah.
You know what would be less effort? Just doing better in your relationship. That's
I hate that shit, bro. You know, that shit gets me sometimes because like I'm trying to do better, but then she's like, you know, sometimes if you did better before, they wouldn't be here now.
yeah.
I
I've
was
been
like,
there.
oh man,
I've
never
been
win,
there.
never win.
I've been there, man. I've been there.
Yeah, man. So you being a slut, eh? That's all I got out of this whole
That's all
conversation.
you got.
You've been telling everyone that you're not a player, and like people's
Well,
perception of you
I
is
wasn't.
a bit
I wasn't a
different.
player. Like
But-
most people think like, oh, you know, he, like for me, they think of me, and then I'd be like dating multiple girls at once and stuff. That wasn't me in high school.
No.
You were just sorry. This is not Patreon. Sorry. Move on.
If you want to hear more about this, listen, subscribe to our Patreon, thecheatcoders.com.
The girls, I remember in front of Don's house, you know when you go to a deli, right, and you have to take a ticket? It's like that. in front of
His house is the airport. You know how many lines you have to go through?
Oh man.
Does like
There's
a check-in.
There's the metal detector that checks if they have STDs. Garcia's doing this.
I have the wand and shit,
He's in
bro.
the one. Garcia's like,
Checking for STD.
Take your
all
shoes
right,
off.
cool. You good. You can move on to the next
Take
one.
your shoes off.
There's a no-shoe house.
Oh man. Oh bro.
Leave your shoes at the door, I said.
Do it slow.
You know, that's the best
Do it real
metaphor
slow.
because I think really Garcia is your bouncer for love.
Bouncer for love.
He's at the door waiting for people to come through. He's like, okay, he's got the rope. It's like, all right, you seem cool. All right, you can go. To the right is Don's heart.
You too.
I trust Gussie's judgment too.
Yo,
I
bro,
trust
come
his
here.
judgment.
Bro.
Bro, come here.
Come here, bro.
That's like,
This party's
you know how-
popping, bro.
if you've got a Tinder profile or like a Bumble or whatever, and then you ask your mate will be like, oh, can I swipe for you? Raf's done this before for me. Like, I'm like, oh, no, I'll be looking over his shoulder. I'm like, no, swipe right on that one, not that one.
Yeah.
And he's just like, nah.
You know what it is? Because like, you know, the Tinder thing is like giving the PS2 controller to you on a game of Final Fantasy, and you're letting him run a few stages. It's like, just run a few stages.
A few stages.
Side missions.
Watching him is like, fuck, hell, you're destroying my fucking stuff. Don't use that.
I would let Gussie swipe on my dating
I
profile.
was just going to do one of these ones.
Just crawling on the.
No, I have an idea of.
Here we go. This is a good topic we landed on. So I don't know why this is all about Don, but okay, here we go. What is Don's type?
Why is it?
Someone who's we always kind of joke around saying that he's into white girls, but obviously not, right? But I know fit girls. Fitness is like a thing, got to be a big thing, right?
Yeah.
That's his algorithm.
Hey,
That's his algorithm for sure. He tried to make the Cheatcoders account that algorithm, but I stopped that real quick. I was
wasn't me.
Unfit
Yeah.
girls.
no.
It's too fit in here. I'm getting really insecure.
No, I think someone who would complement your lifestyle, because you're obviously fucking working out all the time. And I remember the first time I met your missus. Now she had a broken leg from doing like rock climbing and shit.
Yeah, bouldering.
So your active lifestyle's got to complement each other.
Yeah.
The cute in the face, I think that's a prerequisite.
Cute in the face.
What else? There's really, I don't know. I think the other ones kind of change, but those two are the main ones, right? The white girl thing, I think it was just a phase, like, because we were joking around about it at that time.
Took it real serious.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. I think I got a demographic here. It's like the Cheatcoders with our change. It's like, we should play around with the Filipinos. Wait a minute. I think we got a demographic here.
It's funny because like John and I have both dated like Caucasian women.
Yeah.
And Ken hasn't dated Caucasian women. And one time Ken was drunk and he like we were together, the three of us, and he's like, "Hey guys, how do you date white women?" Oh man, he says the funniest shit when he's drunk, bro.
Oh, but there's so much shit I want to say.
I mean, most
Patreon.
we could talk about it on the Patreon, but like most of the stuff that you said, the two things that you said, they're fairly on the surface side of things, and I've always said that like I like strong women, like women that can.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like
Someone
that-
like with ambition and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also ones that can like sort of challenge me, you know, to want to be better and want to like.
Someone can beat you up.
I said that as a joke.
Yeah.
But it's.
That makes sense now. So the
But it's true.
scars that he gets.
Mentally.
mentally.
The scars from over here.
Imagine that.
It's not from Krav Maga. It's from the
It's from
seats. Grab my crotch. What? I tried to rhyme Krav Maga with something, but it didn't work.
You
Grab
went
my
by with
crotch.
it like with so slowly. Grab
My
my
crotch.
crotch.
All right, let's flip the script though. Okay,
Like,
so now we got Garcia's point of view of your type.
Yeah.
What is Garcia's type?
Asian girls.
Straight up.
Exactly. There you go.
But the more what you call it, the more Asian, as in like you like more of the Korean side, right?
Nah, dude, not necessarily. I just because majority
just-
of them
just
got like
everyone.
a cute in the face
Yeah.
thing, dude.
Yeah.
I got my big boner maker is a smile. Like that's a thing for me, bro.
So all you need
it's
to
not,
do,
like I don't really give a
if
fuck
you want to
about-
attract Wild Thought Garcia, just
Dude.
smile at him.
Yeah, I remember. I told you the girl on the Facebook marketplace. She's cute in the face, thick in the waist, bro. Like she's got a nice smile. Bro, everything else kind of falls away.
I'm kind of like the opposite.
Like,
of
I
that.
lose myself
The more
in
of a
that.
sungit you are,
Oh yeah.
I'm similar. I'm very
Please.
similar.
please be disappointed in me.
This is a kink, bro.
Take it to the next
Holy
level, right?
shit.
Oh man, that's funny, guys.
Been a bad boy.
Garcia and I were talking about this before. That like
gosh.
you know Wednesday Addams, Jenna Ortega, like because she's so deadpan and just like that goth style. I'm like, damn, like I'm attracted to her, and I was attracted to those types of girls in high school too, like the gothic ones, the ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Ass hairs.
Right.
You want to know the story? Listen, subscribe to our Patreon.
We need to do
I'll
a
bring,
Patreon real
I'll bring
soon.
that up on the Patreon.
All right, we'll do a Patreon
Yeah.
next week.
Remind us.
I wasn't attracted to that.
Well, like, yeah. So, like, yeah, the whole Wednesday phase thing, like, people, like, because the whole Wednesday, you've seen Wednesday, right?
Yes.
She's like the popular girl in school, but without trying type of thing. Like, all these guys like her in the show, and it kind of gets to everyone's kink that relates to it, where it's like mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't really care about me type of thing.
It's the aloofness that like women.
Really? So that's the thing. Like the mystery is like.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, if you, something that I can't remember who I was talking to about this, but like if you show that you don't care or you pretend that you don't care, then it's like almost like you'll.
like high school, bro. Like, isn't like
Yeah.
school where like the boys always tease the girls that they like.
Because if you
Yeah.
bring it on too strong, right? If you're trying to like court someone or be with someone, and you're trying to come on too strongly,
You know the mystery, being mysterious and stuff. Because I heard that it is a thing for women as well,
Yeah,
right?
like the whole
it's all
Twilight
dark
thing.
and
Yeah,
mysterious.
there's like an
Edward
attraction
Cullen
to
type of
like not
thing,
knowing and
yeah.
stuff. For
As
me,
a
it didn't
soul
really
pale.
work though, because I was wearing a balaclava at the time.
Give me a hat.
Give me a hat.
I say dumb shit. She'd be like, oh, what's your name? And she'd be like, Mary. Is like, it's my mother's name. Oh, is it? She goes, no, I don't know. Is it? She'd just be so confused.
I don't know if it's
What
like
the
a whole.
fuck is happening?
I don't know if it's a whole challenging thing, because like if I could make you crack a smile, I feel more, the achievement level of that,
Yeah.
because of my perception of just observing.
You're
you
talking
before-
about like,
previously. It's like,
yeah.
oh man, she rarely smiles. She's like masungit or something, like not masungit, but like, like
Yeah.
that face. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I make you smile. Oh shit. I'm like, okay. I think it's easier for me to navigate a spark with than someone who keeps smiling, because like I'm like, I think I've been brokenhearted by a lot of people who smile a lot, because like I feel like like you get miscommunicated.
Yeah,
Some things, like,
yeah.
they're
You
like,
think it's a
they're,
sign.
they're so friendly to me. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's-
like you. But then after that, they're like, no, we're just being friends. I'm like, oh, okay. So with a Masungit girl,
I think
when she's smiling, there's
You
no
can-
bullshit
you
to
can
it.
never be disappointed.
on the other spectrum of that, right? I feel like I wouldn't trust someone who like laughs really, really hard.
Yeah.
Like
Doesn't trust himself.
we
bro.
were
You laugh way too hard.
Well, like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like I'm not that funny. I can't be that funny. Like it's just my own self doubt. We were in Melbourne, and I said something to some girl. We were at the Fortress,
Yeah.
and I said something just throwing Ken under the bus about something.
Oh yeah.
And this girl, like, basically it was like, oh, you can't bring in outside food. And Ken had food on him. And then I'm like, oh, sorry about him. And she cracked up. Like, she laughed really, really like really
I mean,
loudly,
she liked you.
and I'm
You're
like,
a paying customer.
Or that.
Yeah.
and I was like, that reaction was
Way too much.
That was way too
She's
much.
cute though.
Maybe she did like you.
Ken,
Or you're a
Ken-
paying
Face
customer.
thick in the waist.
Ken liked her,
Oh no, she wasn't.
and he
thick in
was
the waist.
upset that I made him look bad in front of her.
Yeah. Straight. First
Ken,
impressions.
stop throwing him under the bus, bro. Love you, Ken.
This is why he doesn't call me Kuya.
This is why he's not on the podcast. We should get him on the podcast so he can get his side of the story.
Yeah, we should get him on the podcast, and he can anger people by saying Power Rangers isn't on Disney Plus.
To the OGs listening.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Like, I think because like maybe I was trained for retail and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you're trained to be overly friendly.
Right.
Like I got weird.
But have you
weirded out.
ever laughed like really loudly when somebody said?
Oh, bro,
something?
I laugh at Garcia's jokes all the time. Bro. I'm a violent laughing guy, bro. I like hitting this
Even
guy.
if it's not funny.
The
No. It has to be funny. Like I'm I'm gonna be real with everyone. It doesn't take much for me to laugh. It doesn't really. Like I'm watching like fucking kid shows nowadays,
Yeah.
and I'm laughing at that shit.
All you need to do is say
Hard
beck
out.
beck, and then perhaps see there it is.
I'm trying to be mature, man. But like, yeah, so like it doesn't take much for me to laugh, but
Yeah.
it takes an effort for me to become a violent laughter. For violent laughter for me to come out
Must be a really good joke.
It must be a really good joke because I don't
Must be
touch
really
people
good.
as often. Like I
Yeah.
like stay away from people type of thing. But if you're funny and it's hilarious, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
You wouldn't know this. You wouldn't know this because Raf usually wears jeans, but his right thigh is bruised when he
He's
laughs.
constantly
bro.
slapping that shit.
Slapping
I
it.
have to explain it to my wife all the time. It's like she's like, "What's that? Where you been?" Just had a little
Garcia
laugh.
told a really good joke on the episode.
That's been a good episode, huh?
But that's a good topic that we stumbled across because I wanted to talk about that too. Like violent violent laughter,
Yeah.
where people would hit you for the fact that you said a great joke. Like I've experienced it firsthand. Like I don't know what it is.
I think there are
I
different.
do it.
There are different degrees of it, right? Like there are people that kind of touch themselves, and when they laugh, or like they'll slap themselves, not touch themselves like that, but like they'll jack it up. No, like
Tell us another one, quick.
like sometimes I put my
Too much.
sometimes I put my hand on my chest or something like that, or like
Yeah.
someone like Raph will like slap his knee slapper.
This was like in my 30s, like era. In my 20s, never slapped a knee.
And they're the ones that like will put a hand on somebody else.
Yeah. Just shake them.
It's like,
That's the worst, bro. Have you seen two people who are violent laughing at each other? It looks like a UFC fight. Have you ever seen that? It's just like, I'm like, I don't know if I should stop them.
I know there's this TV show called Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
One of them, when he goes into hysterics, he like loses like you know how we have natural balance to stand up. It's like his legs just lose the power to keep his weight.
he gets
up.
weak in the knees.
Bro, he has to hang on to something because otherwise he'll just fall over.
Bro, when a joke is really good, I have to squat down. I do the Asian squat. You know, if like I'm almost like standing with you, right?
Yeah.
And you say a mad funny joke,
Yeah.
I'd be like, you have to give me about 5 minutes, bro. And I'm just
He squats down.
I squat down, laughing in silence, bro. I'll be like,
Oh man.
There was a moment. This is years ago. Me and Don were in the car, and we saw a plate number, and we both just went like, "Wow," because that's what it spelled out as, and we both started cracking up to the point where I had to pull over because my eyes were like, it was shut, and then like I was teary eyed, like I just couldn't.
We were
It
laughing
wasn't safe.
to the point of stitches. Like we
Yeah.
couldn't. And we afterwards we were like, why the fuck
Yeah, I know,
were
it
we
was the
laughing so
dumbest thing
hard?
to
at
laugh
the end
at.
of the day, those type of laughter comes from the jokes that aren't that funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like, as in like in like retrospect, they're not funny,
so
but
silly.
at the moment, bro,
yeah.
it's all about like what hit you at that moment.
It must have also been the drugs we took before.
Yeah, probably like that. You know, it could be that
kidding.
too.
Nah, I was high on life. With your brother, I know when he laughs, he kind of loses the ability to breathe. There's times where we're like, shut up, my head's hurting.
Yeah.
He needs oxygen.
My cousin does this thing where he'll like laugh and no sound will come out, but
his mouth
eyes
is open.
His mouth is open. His eyes will roll back in his head. He's just like, ah.
He's like,
Like I know, like in this podcast, I know I did a good joke when you get off your chairs.
yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool, we are there.
It's like,
I can't imagine. I'm just like, fuck this.
They can't sit for this shit. They got to stand for it, bro. Yeah, I love it. So that's like I love those, like these things we need.
Yeah.
Because like I need these indicators of like whether the joke is funny or not. It's like, you know, we always want to reciprocate.
When we were shooting those videos for 7,000 Islands, RM like Rich, he's the type of dude that kind of like will put his hand on somebody and kind of push you a little bit. Because when we were joking around, he did it to me. I'm like, man, it's too hot for that, bro. It's too hot for that.
his hand slid right off your shoulder.
I could imagine him getting so pissed off for it, like from him laughing at his joke. Imagine that, like he says a joke and he's like the other person's a violent laughing dude, and he gets triggered by his Krav Maga.
Krav Maga.
His Krav Maga just gets triggered, and it's like, oh shit.
Roundhouse kicks. Like, oh, sorry.
Puts him in like a full Nelson or some shit.
Imagine that. Somebody is so violent when they're laughing that they do a roundhouse kick or they do a teep.
This is on you, bro.
They put you in like a triangle or some shit. Like, and their legs around your head.
He's still laughing.
It's like
the armbar.
that they're doing a ground and pound.
He's getting hit.
You get up there like bruised and shit. Like, oh, that was such a good joke.
Oh man, that's such a good joke,
Such
bro.
a good joke.
You okay, bro? You okay?
Bleeding and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's hilarious, man. That's hilarious.
I think he has a concussion, but that joke was hilarious. Oh man,
I don't see the whole violent laughing thing. There's a flip side to it where people get violent when you scare them, and I know Don's like that because there was one time he was vacuuming his car, and you know when you vacuum the car, you got the passenger door open. You're inside, and the noise and stuff. So it's really easy to creep up on this dude.
you can't. Yeah,
and then I just tap him in the back. Just go Ricky Maru because it's like a name of a ninja or some shit that we were playing on a video game. And he turns around, grabs my shirt, and starts going. Like he was shaking my shirt.
So what that was like, I hold this adrenaline. I grabbed him by the shirt, and I realized it was him. Yeah. And so the adrenaline is still running through me, and I'm like trying not to.
It was like muscle memory.
Yeah,
like,
Bro, if you scare me, bro, I turn into a Filipino Tito just like that.
yeah.
Oi, oi. Holding my heart and shit.
That adrenaline thing, like I've noticed with me, right? Like the last time that's happened. This is a long time ago. I was walking in front of a school. There was like school children. You know the usual scenario of a ball going onto the road.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's just like a scare, like a driver might not see this kid because the kid chased after the little bouncy ball.
Yep.
And I saw this shit play out like it was like a scripted thing. And like with me, I'm aware now that I'm not the type of guy that will be able to run and save the kid.
Yeah.
I'm the one that just... With my like an open palm, I pointed at the ball and go, ooh. I couldn't. Like that was my natural thing. Ooh.
Bro, I feel you, bro. Like when I see trouble ahead, I'm not the person that runs, bro.
Yeah.
I'm the person be like, oi.
Yeah.
I make noises to point at
there's no words, right?
Hey.
It's really hard because you got adrenaline running through you, and you're trying to. Your brain doesn't. Your brain will know what to do, but then your mouth, your legs, or your hands don't like react fast enough to it. Yeah. And so what comes out is
you speak in tongues, bro.
Yeah.
You speak in bone thugs.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's like someone's running on the road. It's like, That's what he's doing. He's holding you, pulling your
It's just
shirt,
like-
you're scary him and shit.
Yes, I got to be.
Sorry, it's a busy bone out of nowhere.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Oh, whoa.
See, I did nothing, bro. I did nothing to prevent that from happening. Our set's falling apart,
I
guys.
was like, who is behind me right now? It's the spirits.
It's why like some people like when they go through a situation like that they freeze up and they don't know what to do. And then afterwards, even after the situation is gone and you're safe, you're still shaking and you're still like,
Yeah.
because you're in shock or the adrenaline hasn't dissipated.
Bro, that happens when a fight breaks out in the house. Bro, everyone turns into like fight or flight mode. Everyone's either be like, oh, should I prevent this, or just stand there. Everyone just doesn't know what to do
Yeah.
in that situation, because like I've been to a few parties. Shout out to my sister when she had her parties and stuff.
Shout outs.
It got really violent and shit. Like there was blood all over the floor, like glass and broken glass and all that shit, bro. People are just like, oh, everyone's standing around, like not knowing what to do, and like it takes a while for people to digest it. And after about a few minutes, then people are like, all right, let's help them. But that initial shock, bro, like seeing everyone just shock at the same time.
Yeah.
Bro, just seeing that is like everyone just turns into fucking
Wait,
zombies,
the shock
bro.
coming from the first side of the like blood, just like realizing, oh shit, this is more serious than we thought.
Well,
kind of
it's
thing, or-
like you know, because like a party, you can't see one thing everyone can't see one thing at the same time.
yeah.
But eventually, like someone would yell at, "Oh, something's going down," and everyone would just be like, you know, they would move, they would run to the thing, but they won't do anything. They just stand and stare.
Well, we kind of just want to watch, like, see what's going
You
down.
just want to rub
But
a
then when
neck.
you see blood, that's when he's like, okay, this is a different type of thing. Like someone's getting stabbed and shit. But yeah. So that was interesting to see. Like as a person who likes observing humans,
Yeah.
just seeing everyone in that mode, because like that's the type of thing where like your survival instincts come up to you out of nowhere and you can't control it, and then just seeing who you really are in a survival situation.
I've seen it in like I can't remember, some documentary. It's like the situations. I was walking down the street in the city with my mate Julian, and there were these two dudes that were arguing outside of probably Ivy or establishment or whatever, right? And then one of them hits the other guy. Julian, like I immediately like put my hand out to just like to protect Julian, and I'm just like, whoa, shit, okay. Like my brain went into protection mode because I saw that, and then I kept going because I was like, okay, they're fighting each other. It's fine. We don't need to like bother them.
Yeah.
Like, or I don't need to do anything because Julian's my priority at this moment in time. He's the one I need to protect. Like, if he wasn't there, then maybe I would have like tried to stop the fight. Or something.
That fear of, you know, was saying like the adrenaline thing shaking and like not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens for me when it's someone, like something's happening to someone else and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like the kid running into the thing, like is about to get hit in the road. I'm not about to get hit.
Yeah.
So that adrenaline thing kicks in, right? Like, oh fuck, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna freeze up or can't make words or whatever.
Yeah, you went to trying to get help. That's what you went to.
Yeah,
you
we'll
went,
try like attention to this thing
Yeah.
or whatever. But
There's like a whole barrier there. So it's like,
yeah,
hey, if I cross it, this is, you know, this is out of my comfort zone. Like,
but the thing is, I'd never, like, there's moments where I've been scared, but never to the point where I'm shaking or I lose the
ability
thing
to speak
or whatever. So like I know, like when I'm scared, like when we do stand up and shit, like, you know, I get like shaky or whatever.
Yeah.
I know that gets like that happens and stuff, but not in the danger sense.
Yeah.
You know, like when it's danger, it's like, okay, I'm scared, I'm not shaking, but I'm fucking terrified in my head.
Yeah.
I don't lose my ability to speak or whatever, but when it's someone else, something that's happening to like an external thing, that's when I lose it, because feels like fuck, like what should I do to help, you know?
Yeah.
But
I get that feeling where when I was a kid and I broke something in the house and my parents are away at work, and then I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
how am I gonna fix this shit?
I'm just standing there with like this broken piece of equipment or like something that like a broken TV or something, for example, and the tension,
Shout out, Snats.
the tension of your parents coming into the house,
Yeah.
bro, it feels like the apocalypse coming. Like, you know, the end of your life is not, you know, not far away. It's just gonna take one look at the TV and see that it's broken for your
Bro.
life to end.
Fear is a motherfucker, honestly.
As a kid, like that's a big thing, like a driven thing that it dictates your decisions and shit. Right?
Yeah.
I was saying before, like that's why like the whole trauma thing's big, to the point where it's not even rational.
Yeah.
Like the thing with breaking something in the house, like that's, you know, I think we've all kind of been there, right?
Yep.
There was one time I remember I've been asking, like every other kid, like I've been asking for, like, oh, can we get a PlayStation? After years and years, we get one, right? And then there's this kid that lived maybe like 5 streets down the road. He borrowed my controller, like, because, you know, it needed a 2-player thing.
Yeah.
He had it for about 3 weeks. I didn't think anything of it because I wasn't playing anyway. But then in that 3 weeks, his family moved away.
Shit.
And that controller was like $50-$60, right? At that age, I'm thinking like, fuck, that's a lot of money. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And then,
Bro, you should just shout out to that guy right now to give you control of it.
I wish I remember his name, dude. Like, it was
You're
just so
lucky,
long ago.
bro.
He remembers.
But oh my god, like, dude, in my head, I'm thinking like, should I find another place to live? Like, it was really like this $60 is like a do or die.
Yeah,
like, you know, my parents are gonna kill me.
I remember we did that to my cousin. Like, we were being assholes. He was at my place, my parents' place, and like he was playing Wii. Like the Wii controller, he didn't have the strap on his on his hand.
Like the message says,
Like, yeah, put it
I
around.
see where this is going.
And he was playing, and then he threw it into the wall unit, and it shattered some glass.
You know, the glass doors to the
Yeah.
wall
Shit.
unit. Yeah,
Yeah, and it shattered some glass, and he was like, "Shit!" And you know, my brothers and I, we were like, "Okay, look, cool, let's clean it up, this and that." And I don't know who started it. Probably Ken, but it was I don't know.
How old was he at the time? Do you remember?
He was like
Maybe
pre-teens.
like 9, 10.
Yeah. He was
Sidestep for a second. The one thing I love in my life that really, you know, gets to me and makes me laugh like a motherfucker is watching people running through glass.
What?
It's like running through glass or like bumping
Like through it
or bumping into a
bumping into
glass
it.
door.
Yeah.
It's that and birds.
But birds in
Like
particular, or birds flying into glass?
Yeah.
This guy's sadistic.
But like every time I see a human walk to glass, like
Yeah.
you see it like now and then, like it's a rare gem. It's like a Mewtwo, right? Like if you're walking like down like Plumpton, like or a shopping mall,
Yeah.
and then you capture, you get rewarded by the gods getting someone to walk into a glass
You
door.
know, that's why they have the little markers.
Oh,
on
that
the-
doesn't help, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people, and there was like the whole timetable of like the trading hours.
Yeah.
That was there on the glass, but they still bump into it.
My dog did that. I think it was like last week, because I had like at nighttime, since it's hot, usually just have the sliding door, like the screen door, and we just leave that so that wind can pass through and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it was one night where I just had the glass door and the screen door closed. And with my dog, like naturally, when it's time to go inside the house, I'll open that screen door. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go hop in. But he didn't realize the glass door was closed. And he's just, you know, the untog.
I love it. You don't even have to see it. All you have to hear is a noise, and then
Yeah.
you look at them, and they're just like holding their head.
If someone was
Your poor
recording
dog.
the audio, all you hear is boop, and then me going,
Well, I remember,
Your
when,
poor dog,
I
man.
remember when I was like about like I think it was 10, 15 years ago. My cousin wanted to go to the toilet, and then he had to go up like we were in the garage with the glass doors and stuff. So he'd rush up to the toilet, but then he would bump into the glass. We were like playing like Tamagotchis and shit, and then he heard a boom. And then we look, and he's like, ah, and then we just have a laugh. And then he would open it, leave it
Yeah.
open, walk out, go to the toilet. And then someone's like, oh, it's getting cold. We close it. He come back, and we were like playing Tamagotchi. Dunk.
He hit it
Same
again.
dude. I'm like,
Oh man,
twice in one day. Shit.
Time to get your
I
eyes
love
checked.
I love it, bro. That's just the one thing that just really rewards me in life. Like if I'm walking around,
The one thing.
if I see you just bump into
one
a
thing
window, bro, I feel like I'm blessed by the gods because that's a really.
I gotta send you a reel, bro. This is
Compilation.
I know one. It's just,
But
how
like,
could you?
Have you seen the video where he's trying to get through the door?
Yeah,
You know, it's a whole wall of glass.
Yeah.
And he's just assuming the next
that's
next
the one
panel
I'm
of
gonna
glass.
send over to you. Right? It's
He's
a girl.
using the next glass.
It's like a basketball court or something.
yeah.
And she goes whack, and she's like, "Oh no!" Goes to the next one, whack. She's like, "Oh, how stupid can I be?" Whack. Like the third time, I was like, "Man, come on now."
But I hate that shit when it happens to me, man.
Yeah,
When it happens to you, bro, you feel like a fool. So I'm like every time I see a glass door, I'm precautious and
It's like this.
and I'm just walking.
He's like a mime. He's like a mime in front of it.
Yeah. And when people would catch me because like the door would be not glass, and I'd just be walking through like this. They'd be like, "What the hell are you doing, bro?" It's like, hey, man, you never know.
You never know.
Never know.
I don't
These
trust
cleaners are really good.
I don't trust these glass
It was
doors.
a nappy sand plus. There's this one. I've never really walked into the glass thing, but there was one time. I'll tell you guys this story. It was year 6, and I just moved into town, like, you know, coming from a different school and stuff. There's one girl who's like, you know, real friendly and stuff, and kind of started liking this girl, right? And year 6, the whole puppy love thing, and I remember her name's Ashley Sharp, bro. And
Shouts to you.
on the way home, my tito would come and pick us up, and it's like, you know, home time. There's a big crowd of students walking towards the gate. Ashley goes, "Christian, I'll see you tomorrow," and I was like, "Bye, Ashley," like looking at her and walking at the same time. And
Yeah.
There was a fucking pole right in front of me, and you know the drain poles. It's like thick and it's hollow, so you hear the ding, like really
And it
shake.
echoes, it reverberates.
Bro, on the other side of that pole was my uncle that's waiting for me. So he saw that shit play out. Like he told my parents straight away. Like it's like everybody heard about it.
He's
It's
like,
yo-
you know what this dumb cunt did? He wasn't even looking where he was walking, saying bye to some girl.
Bruh, it was like, yung anak mo, landet ng landet. I was like, landet. I was like, he's 6 and just saying goodbye. Yeah.
Have you ever tripped over in front of a bus?
No.
In front of a bus?
That's dangerous, bro.
No. The bus stops, right?
Yeah.
And it's a crossing, right?
And you,
And I
that's
tripped.
sweet.
Yeah, that's. I was running.
Yeah.
He's like, I was trying to catch because this is at Blacktown, right? So like the bus stops there, and
You
there's
gotta
like
go
you gotta
to
run to
another
you gotta run to the fucking station so you don't miss your train.
Right.
So yeah, right in front of the bus stops. It's full of people, and I'm running like a motherfucker, and I tripped in the middle. It felt like a
Slow-mo.
movie, like the front of the window. If I was sitting in the bus and I was looking out the front of the window, it felt like a movie screen.
Right.
And I was
right,
directly
right.
right in the middle for him, and I'm just like,
Your crush was there looking at you.
Yeah.
the whole thing, like, yeah, I felt like all of my crushes was on the bus,
Right.
looking at
Yeah.
me, judging me, because I had
Yeah.
the bag as well, and the bag fell and the stuff fell out.
feel-
Like, sorry guys,
I feel for you, bro. I guess we just have to say, what a donk.
that's it, bro. Because if I was on the other side of that, I'd be like, this guy is a fucking loser. Oh, bro,
You just hear the bus laugh at you,
the
like-
bus is the best, bro. The situation on the bus when someone tries to get on the bus and runs for it, I love that shit, bro.
Was
You're
that
watching him.
like the
You
scene
like
in
run,
like the scene in
struggle.
Spider-Man? Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, but like, you know how like when people try, like they see the bus and they have to run for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they run for it like a motherfucker, and then the bus just goes away, and you know the disappointment in their face when they realize that the bus
They're
is
never
like,
gonna
it's not
catch
gonna
it.
catch out, and
Yeah.
they're like that. And then they stop. Like, as they run for a bit, and then they give up. I look like this. I look at the back. And I want to see the disappointment. Come on, please.
You're a sadistic bastard. There is. I've seen an
I'm on
instance.
the bus. You're not on.
I've seen an instance where somebody will run for the bus,
Yeah.
and they think the bus is leaving, so they'll stop, and they go, wait, it's not leaving it. Then it'll run again. And
Oh,
they'll
bro, I
stop
love
and-
that, bro. The stop start, it just felt like it felt like they're doing a pop lock.
Are we? Oh, no, the bus is waiting for me.
No.
I reckon the bus driver knows. He's
Oh,
looking at his
bro.
rear view.
Oh, bro, that's one
Sees
of
that kid. It's like, I'm gonna close the door now. I'm gonna open back it up.
His Raph is basically just going,
Yeah. It's the whole thing, right? If I drove an ice cream truck, I'll make kids run like another 500
because,
Earn
meters.
this
because,
shit, bro.
because you're
Earn it.
altruistic, man. It's like, ice cream's unhealthy. You just, do some laps
Yeah,
first.
you gotta deserve this.
Well, yeah, man. I feel.
Fucking hell.
Oh, bro, it's one of the joys in life.
If you
People
ever-
walking into a glass door, and people missing their bus.
If you ever see Nats driving a bus, don't run for it. Just take your time. It's fine.
Because you know how you were saying that you're like when trouble's ahead and then someone's next to you, your instinct is to, protect them.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part,
Yeah.
I wanna have when Nats comes to Australia, I wanna walk like on each of your sides. I want to walk and I want trouble to happen, and I want to see who Don loves the most.
He's only got 2 arms. So someone's gonna get disappointed.
I just want to see.
You asshole. Man.
I want to see where we lie in Don's
There was-
heart.
Well, I've been talking about Ken a lot on this episode, but like Ken did that to me one time. We were out on a night out with some friends and stuff, and Ken was drunk, and he's like, "Hey, if I start a fight, you got my back, right?"
If you
like-
start a fight,
And I'm like, don't start a fight, don't you dare. And he's like, no, I won't. But if I did, you got my back, right? And I'm looking at him like, yeah, I got your back. And he's like, yeah, cool.
Oh,
We
by
kept
the way-
walking, and then every single person we walk past, he's like, ah! And I'm like, don't you dare.
You know what? To be honest though, something I know you probably like be able to manage, and you wouldn't do this shit. But Ken asked me the same thing. In my head, I'd be like, you know what? That's a learning opportunity. You know what I mean? Because if you start shit, you better, don't do it expecting me to help.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the dumb shit that you're doing. You know what I mean? 'Cause if someone is walking by and they're just minding their own business,
Yep.
you
fuck with them.
You fuck with them, and then they decide to fuck back. It's a learning opportunity for you to find out. You know what I mean? Because you obviously want to fuck around.
it's a mutual
You
agreement.
fuck around,
yeah.
you're gonna find out. Oh man.
Oh gosh.
Well, yeah, man. Like, if I were to start a fight,
Yes, I'll be there. Don't start fights, please.
I'm not gonna start a fight, bro.
Please.
And if you ask me the other way around, I'd just be like, well, let's just check out the variables of the situation
Check out the
at
variables.
that time. Like, because I'm not going to fight, bro. I'm just letting you know. I got a kid at home, bro. I'm not going into that shit, bro. If you go start that fight, bro, I'd be there to be
man.
like, oh,
You know, I kind of wonder sometimes, right? Like if something did happen, like some shit goes down. Usually in movies, it's like there's some dude that this guy will. It's like a go-to. It's like, hey, I need your help. You can't ask me what we were about to do and so, but I need you to bring whatever. And the dude be like, all right, whose car are we taking? Like there's just no questions asked. If like I'm thinking now, like who in my friend's circle can I ask? Because then they'll be like, come on, man, I got work tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like there's other variables.
Don's like, I got a fashion shoot like next week, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Come
ruin
on.
this.
I'm flying out on Friday, man.
flying
Come on, bro.
out on Friday.
I don't want to be on a no flight risk. Like,
You're basically like Aladdin, and then you're asking people like Jasmine's like, do you trust me?
yeah,
Do you trust me?
it's got to be on some stairs too.
For some reason, there's a carpet.
Yeah.
Take you to another world that you're like out of your comfort zone. So
Do you trust me?
I can show you a fight.
Oh,
Take
man.
you out in the alley.
But like, even if somebody wanted me to fight somebody else, my first instinct would be to de-escalate. So I would not. My first thing is like do whatever I can to not fight.
Yeah.
Because we were at Starbucks one time and
Yeah,
like
the dude is trying to steal the phone.
yeah, he was trying to
Yeah.
steal something, and then I was trying to like just de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
And when he walks away,
Everyone was on fight and flight then.
bro,
I wouldn't have done shit.
my cousin like afterwards, he's like, "What did you just hit him?"
You know what? Everyone's training you, and like, I feel sorry for you, bro. Everyone's training you like a Pokemon. And you shouldn't be treated like that, bro. You're not Pikachu, bro. Sometimes just because you know Krav Maga, it doesn't mean you're a Pokemon. People can't volunteer you to fight. You
Just
know what
want
I
me to
mean?
fight.
Yo, I got this beef with this other guy, bro. He could fight, bro, but I know that you can. Can you fight him for me? Thanks, bro. I choose you.
I had mates in high school. It's not fellows, kind of like in just by default, like his family is kind of like in the gang and shit. And it was kind of like that, where
Yeah.
if some shit went down with say you, and then they go, oh, but you don't fight and stuff, he'll organize for someone to fight in your place. And my mate was the one that was like the dude that would happily take that spot.
Yeah.
He was a bit like mental, but at the same time he was doing like 4-unit maths. He's very smart, became an engineer and
Yeah,
shit,
wow.
but he would also do stupid shit. Like you know, it's like there's that saying like you're never too smart to do stupid things. He was that guy. I was like, man, and his favorite weapon of choice was a motorbike helmet.
Did he ride a motorbike?
No, not at that time. We were like in year
If you
12,
see just a
bro.
random dude with just a motorbike helmet, not on his head.
Yeah.
He's not
But in
wearing a
his
motorbike
head.
jacket at all.
Bro, I've seen him use that one, and you know, car antennas back then used to protrude.
Yeah.
He would pull
Takes
that
one
off
of those.
like a
Yeah,
car
yeah,
on the
yeah,
street,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
and just whack the dude like.
Whip them with that.
It would hurt, like, because well, he didn't hit me, but like you can see the mark.
Yeah.
So first it would start as red, and then the purple things would grow on the
it would-
outside.
yeah, bruise.
It's like, oh,
I think you can tell who's a gangster by the weapon of choice. If it's a fucking antenna, bro, that's some shit,
well,
bro.
it
That's
was
some
just
Jackie
like
Chan.
whatever you could
That's some
find
what
and
the
shit.
fuck,
You know?
yeah. And I'm like there's a choice of weapons here. We could tell how gangster you are by whatever you choose.
Yeah.
Because people will go to default is like, I'll just go with a pole and stuff. But this guy had a tenner, bro.
The reason why, fun fact, the reason why like it would make a lot of impact or like bruise really easily is because the surface area is
It's all concentrated on that one bit.
On that one bit.
Yeah.
It's like a knife. Like the reason why the knife is can cut is because
It's like whips and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It
crazy.
was pretty wild. We did some. Oh my god, it's all just flooding in right now. Eh?
Wow,
It's
wow,
too bad.
wilds.
Can we go to your thought? Wild thought?
Yeah, sure thing,
Let's
sure
go.
thing.
Because we didn't do it last week. We need to compensate for this week.
All right. Well, it's not really anything about love or anything. I guess, you guys know that I'm.
Are we still talking about love?
We went from laughter to fear and like
yeah
and
It's
danger.
all emotions. Let's talk about emotions today.
Danger.
Heavy emotions.
Like you guys know, I think I've told you guys already that I'm a deadbeat goddad, like Ninong. I haven't spoken to him in so long.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those guys. I should do better. I know I should do better, and I will.
Yeah.
But since I can't make up for all of the Ninong tax, which is like basically like whenever it's like your birthday, right? You kind of go, oh, I'll give you next time kind of thing. There's so many Ninong tax that I've like unpaid over time.
Bro.
So if interest was accruing, I'd be fucking bankrupt. But one thing that I can give back to them, I guess, I kind of feel bad for you guys too, because I'm going to kind of give them a little bit of a secret, because it's what I can do to try and redeem my Ninong status.
Yep.
So, one way to try and get your Ninong, to claim your Ninong tax money is on the next like Pacquiao fight that he's got coming up. Invite him over to the house, right, and say that we're gonna have an event, have food over there. Come over and watch the fight. I'll get pay-per-view, and then don't tell him that it's just gonna be him, the family. And then after the fight, invite your other titos to come over to the fight, like to the house.
Yep.
But not to watch the fight with him, just to celebrate afterwards. But when you pay for the pay-per-view fight, don't pay for the English one. Get some other like language, maybe Japanese, not Spanish, like a way different
Language.
like the commentary.
Right.
just so that you can still watch the fight, just not understand what the commentary is.
Okay.
And the reason for all of this is because 9 times out of 10, your titos don't know shit about fighting, dude. So the secret that we all do is we listen to the commentary and then we regurgitate
What they've said.
So that when we start talking to other titos, it kind of sounds like we know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Right. So what you do is you take his phone, your Ninong's phone, watch the fight, not knowing what the commentary was, and say, okay, you've got so much time until the other titos get here. Do you want me to give you your phone back so you can know exactly what,
What
they said before? Like, because otherwise he'll be like, it's a secret that, he doesn't want to tell the other titos. Like, I don't know fucking shit about Pacquiao's fights, but I want to be a part of the Tito clan. So I need to know this shit. So you can hold that against him.
Right.
Until he pays you.
That's how you
back taxes on his Ninong tax.
That's how you get your own.
I mean, it's kind of like it's slack at the same time.
It'll backfire if he actually understands fighting.
But 9 times out of 10, they don't.
9 times out of 10 works every time. But yeah, it's all about stats, man. I guess it's the fight or flight.
If he's the type of Ninong that goes, punch him, punch, more punches.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know. Like, no, I mean, really, like, legit. It's what we do. Like, well, that's what I do. I listen to the commentary and a whole bunch of YouTube videos of breakdowns, highlights and shit. And I'll listen to what Joe Rogan says. Yeah. So that the next time I see my mates, I'll be like, man, this guy should have kept his guard up. You see how this guy was gassed out. I don't fucking know what gassed out meant.
He's like, he got him in a Kimura grip.
If we're gonna be transparent, we'll be transparent. Sometimes I do that with the NBA. Sometimes I do it because my youngest sister is a NBA fanatic. Watches every Celtic game and also follows the league every single day. And I don't do that. Sometimes I'm just like, I watch the game when it's there, and then I'm like, all right, if I'm interested in the teams, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when I before I go home, like to my parents' place, sometimes I like breeze through some stats and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Breeze through some news and breeze through the past week of games. Yeah. And then I'll be like, oh, that Bulls game is all right.
Yeah. You got something to add, right?
It's like his weekly review. It's like a review. You just look at it and be like, oh yeah, so Bulls won there. Celtics, they're not doing well this year. So
okay. So this was like a huge deficit between the points. So this is gonna be easy to talk about. Oh man, they really beat the Bulls that day.
There's one thing you can do. You can always go to YouTube and look for the game's highlights.
Yeah.
Watch that at 1.5 speed, so you can still understand. Like, listen to it and stuff.
That's what I do with some of the fights as well. I'm like, cool. Yeah, you see, like, okay, cool. Yep. He's gassed out. That's other yeah, cool. I understand.
But like, see, because you have an idea because you actually done that shit, right?
Yeah.
Unless like there's a whole bunch of clips out there where people like knock each other out or whatever, and then I'll be like, oh, that was a good move, and it's not until someone does the slow mo and then there's pauses.
Yeah.
You go, watch this guy fainted him so that his guard went up when he really went down, and then it's like, oh, so that's actually what happened. Yes. Like that's what I saw, but. Had I not seen this explanation, I wouldn't fucking know. Like, so kind of like outing myself and other people.
Shout out to everyone who does this shit because like sometimes you just don't have the NBA is 82 games, bro. I don't have time for that shit, bro.
Oh, dude. I mean, someone got traded to the Dallas.
Bro, Kyrie Irving. I just found that out on TikTok. Yeah. Now, that's going to be my big talking point when I see my... Shout out to Denise. So when I see my sister, like, oh...
I've heard the name
Kyrie's in Dallas now.
Is he?
I have no idea.
Must have been those tweets.
How Dallas is doing, how this affects.
How many Jews are
the last NBA basketball player that we talked about was Kai Soto.
Yeah.
I'm really not into basketball as much as my mates.
That's why I brought my cousin. Remember, like I brought my cousin to that event because I was like, "Hey, do you know who Kai Soto is?" And he's like, "Bro, you're not Filipino if you don't know who Kaisoro is. And I'm like, I guess I'm not Filipino.
Far out. That's so strong, bro.
He was like the eighth best Filipino in the season of
Yeah,
this
he knew-
thing with the 50% field goal percentage.
He knew all about it, man. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, man. Yeah, come to the event. And he's like, oh, really cool. Yeah, man. Awesome. And then he made us feel bad for not knowing about Filipino.
Bro, like
basketball.
sometimes we just want to watch the game, you know, like we don't need to be stat heads. We don't need to be going what's going on or the technical aspect of shit.
Yeah.
Like for boxing, I just want to see a motherfucker knock out.
Bro,
That's just what I want to see.
like Ken and they used to play basketball at local, like, you know, like local
The
leagues and
stadium,
stuff.
yeah.
I used to go there and watch all the time, not knowing exactly like how, like what defense should be played or whatever. There's people like yelling out teams. I didn't even know what the teams' names were,
Yeah.
but I'm there yelling out, go sports. Like basketball is the real winner of today.
Yay, teamwork.
Let's go sportsmanship.
Yeah, but I mean, the more complicated the sport, the more I'm not going to get interested.
Yeah.
Because basketball, simple. Like, get the ball in the hoop. You know, in between the arch is like 2 points. Out of the arch, 3 points. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Bro, simple. Like, I can't get into freaking NFL, bro. Like, NFL's a whole different like mind thing. Like there's a
Shout out to
whole
all the NFL
Bro,
fans
I
out
can't,
there. That,
I can't get it,
our
bro.
listenership.
Like I'm wearing a hat with the Raiders on it. Like I don't know.
There's so many.
don't know.
There's so many things going on, and it happens in seconds.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, and it's like after those few seconds, it's like a 10-minute wait until something else happens, right? It's like they're all getting ready. Someone throws something, and it's like, oh, and then everyone's getting back up. And it's like, why aren't they playing? You know what I mean? And then it's
yeah.
nothing happens for another 10 minutes. Like people
The way I see
standing around and
NFL
shit.
is the way I see cooking. You know what I mean? Like, all right, first plate. Come team. Let's chop up these veggies for sinigang.
Yeah.
Okay, and they chop up the veggies. Put it aside there. All right. Come team.
Everyone's huddled in.
All right, so how are we gonna boil the pot? Should we put like how many liters and stuff? All right, cool.
Need water.
Need some water. Put some water. All right. That's done. All right, team.
And everyone's just walking away. It's funny you've got a Raiders hat on. As well.
Because like every time when it does with the NBA, I always have to wear Knicks because I'm a huge Knicks fan. But like when it comes to any other sport, I'll just wear any whatever looks good. I like colors.
Whatever looks good. It was a beige hat.
All right, sinigang. All right, cool. Team. That's every single move.
Yeah.
Every time they move to the next stage of the recipe, they just have to
there's like
huddle up.
Huddle.
and then like a 10-minute wait of just not doing anything, eh? So they had huddle up. It's like, okay, you chop the pork, you get the pimenta, and make sure you put a shit ton of it, even if it's like uncomfortably too much.
Yes, coach.
Yeah.
Like bro, if there wasn't that yellow line, bro,
Yeah.
in NFL, I'd be fucking lost.
You know what?
All I know
The
is
line
they
that doesn't exist in
the
reality.
line that doesn't exist there, but they had that yellow line for the
It's an
TV.
imaginary line.
You know what I think? Like, my idea of NFL was like from movies and stuff, right? Because you only see the highlights.
Yeah.
You only see the parts that matter, and it's like they could have done a play and it didn't go anywhere. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's always the one that they're at the 20-yard line. They're about to like score this, and then they've got to like just get into the touch.
The movies that
And they
come
called
to
safety.
mind, right?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's true. Fucking like the movies that we watched growing up. It's like Little Giants and Remember the Titans and stuff, and it's all action.
Water
But
boy. Whoa, my God.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing
So
is,
exciting.
you don't realize like that's like maybe I don't know 5 hours for a game.
Yeah.
For, like, and there's only 60 minutes that gets played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the rest of the time is really just standing around and having a chat with your mates and shit.
Yeah.
But
What do you reckon?
But then
Yeah, let's
I
do
do
this.
I do understand the appeal. Like it's strategic.
Mm.
Like it's as if you're going to war, and then each play matters. That's why they always have that 10-minute thing. I understand the appeal of it because like it's just like war games to everyone.
The only thing that I wanted to like, because the only reason I was interested in that, I'm like, what do these guys do to work out? Like that's what I was thinking. Like, what kind of workouts do these guys do? That's what I want.
Shoulder pads. I shall get that.
Oh, dude,
weight and speed.
Can I tell you guys a story? So I've been doing research for this thing, like when you're on leave, right? I'm researching this suppose he's a criminal dude, kind of like Philippines' Ned Kelly.
Right.
Well, I'll bring him up next time. But one of the sources that I'm using is my dad, because obviously, like, he was around when all this news was going on.
Yeah.
He told me that the same prison, which is Muntinlupa, which is like one of the more well-known, fucking scary prisons in Phils, he used to go there when he was younger because he used to do like the corporate games. Like, he used to play basketball for the company that he worked for, and that coach organizes basketball games at the prison, kind of like entertainment, you know.
Wow.
Like,
Bro, is that like Longlish Yard type of shit?
exactly, bro. Because he wasn't there playing other basketballs; he was playing prison dudes like that would
They're
be
convicts and stuff.
allowed to play.
Yeah.
And it's exactly like fucking Longest Yard, like the
Wow.
last game there. And
It's controlled war. That's what it is.
Oh,
Sports,
man.
controlled war.
Yeah.
Like
they need that outlet just like anybody else. And I guess for the ones that have had like good behavior, like they let them play in shit. Obviously, it's like, you know, they're not going to stab people or whatever, and they appreciate that shit too. Like, people actually coming to them. It's their entertainment. They don't want to fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
Even to the point where there's the people that are on the sidelines. You know how like in the Longest Yard, there's people in the crowd that are like heckling or whatever. He would like, they would ask the coach first. He goes, "Oh, are these guys like? Is it okay if we?" The word is kanchao. Like, you know, is it cool if we do that? Or mapipikon ba yung mga, like, the players and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if like my dad's like really hot headed, like get easily pissed off.
Yeah.
And then the coach would be like, nah, it's all right. We're fine. So those guys are able to have fun. It's, bro, Longest Yard, hard out.
Yeah. Wow.
It
Love
was
it,
like, I didn't realize this shit existed, bro.
sports is needed in the world. Like,
Yay,
as much as people be like, "Oh, what's the point of sports?" Like,
Yeah.
it's an outlet, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like music is a thing. Like,
Especially
you'd rather get people to throw a basketball into a hoop or run a ball through the end zone than go out and kill someone.
Well, it's the that lesson that's always, you know, gridiron gang. Like, these people have a lot of energy and they kind of like pent up stuff. Let's use that towards, like, you know, figuring out how to work with each other.
Something a little more
You know?
constructive.
Yeah, because then that builds up your character as well. It's like, okay, I know how to work within a team.
Yeah.
And that skill is going to be something that can be transferable to something more
I
positive.
wish I played more team sports when I was younger.
Yeah.
I never got into basketball. I wish I-
It's always, what, like tennis and shit,
Well, I played tennis.
chess,
Yeah, did tennis. I
didn't
did
trust
chess.
anyone.
Yeah.
It was always like,
fencing. Did you ever
no, I didn't do fencing.
yeah.
No.
You could say that he's the wanker of sports.
What?
The
He would only play with himself.
Not even an opponent.
He's you know, he'd get the ping pong table and flip it like this.
Play tennis against the wall.
It's like the guy from Longest Yard.
yeah.
I'm just gonna put this down.
Just play with myself.
The wanker of
The
sport.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man.
Hey, so Dave Chapelle was last night and over
Yes.
the weekend.
Yes.
And did you both go?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I loved it, bro. The whole atmosphere of, like, bro, the arena was packed, bro. Packed. And it was just laughing at the same things. Like,
Yeah.
it felt like a team sport. You know what I mean? It felt like you were a part of this joke that was being said. And yeah, man, I enjoyed it. It was a good experience. My first time watching a stand-up comedian in the stadium. Like, I've seen stand-up comedians in, like, the crews, the little, like, and then RSLs and stuff. But watching a stand-up comedian do their thing at a stadium, it's something.
Definitely a different vibe.
That's, you know, come to think of it, that, like, not last night, the night before, Chappelle's the first one that I've seen at a stadium too. It's usually like on a stage on a theater and stuff.
Yeah.
But never, that makes sense.
The art, because, like, the podcast, like, I thought about the podcast, the art of getting people to listen to you at every word that you say. It's completely different than a musician performing songs, because there's a bop, there's the background music, there's, like, theatrics and stuff. With this, Dave Chapelle was just him in the stage with a stool on his cup and a cigarette, and just telling these jokes.
And he would tell them, like, walking around in the circle too, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like... It's
just watching him, watching how his mind works.
Mm.
Because the one thing I love watching Dave Chapelle for is, like, the little things. Him going back to his cup, about to drink it, puts it down,
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
drink it
yeah.
at all, says a joke, comes back to his cup, and then he realizes it's empty, and then he puts it down, it says another joke. Like the way that you see like a mind way, like if you're watching his Netflix specials, like the way that you watch for him smoking.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he would go up to put a cigarette in his mouth, but then
And
he'll be
then
like, no,
he'll
I got
stop.
another thought going on. Let me just
Yeah.
say his joke type of thing.
I think that's part of his
Yeah.
act.
I think that's a way for him to remember things, or like it's a way for him to just control what he's doing.
Yeah. And like we had to lock up our phones. So they give you a little pouch to
Yeah.
lock up your phone.
Bro.
And I think that was a different experience of
Bro, I had the most different experience, and I pretty much from used to, because this was the first time Shivy was going to be away from Seth for a duration of the day.
and she couldn't
Oh,
go
and
to her
no
phone.
phone.
And then the
Oh.
moment that she found out, because this is like we walked in
Wait, you
at
found
the
out
front gates,
at the gate?
at the gates, and then they put
Oh.
the phone in the pouch. She was wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
And they locked it. And then I could see Shivy's mind being like, "Oh, they gave us a free pouch," and then she couldn't open it, and then the anxiety kicked in a little bit because then
Right.
she's like, "Oh, how can I get in contact with Raf's parents because they're the ones babysitting? I'm like, how can I
Yeah.
contact them?" And then we went to the front desk, and this is the front desk. I've never said I never asked for this before. I was like, "Do you guys have payphones around the area?" And then she's like, "Payphones don't exist." And then she was like, Shivy's
What
like
year are you in?
anxiety was kicking in. And then she was like, "Don't worry, there's like certain areas where you can go and then unlock your pouch to give a call and stuff." So
Wow.
there's one outside the gates and stuff. And what gate are you? No, we're in gate 9. All right, there's one inside gate next to gate 8. I was like, "Oh, all right, cool." So then she was able to calm down.
Yeah.
And then I was
Wow.
walking around. Then I felt anxious because I didn't know what the time was.
Yeah, Garcia and Ken had to look at me. They were
Yeah.
like, what time is it? I'm like,
Not knowing the time, and
'Cause,
both
yeah,
of us not how to watch it. I asked at least 6 strangers for the time.
because you're supposed to give your smartwatches as well. So
Yeah.
So
Ken didn't have his one.
yeah, his
My
Apple
watch has always been off for at least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So
Bro,
I
I
couldn't
think
really
I reckon some of those people were fucking with me. I was
Yeah.
like, "What time is it?" "Oh, it's about quarter to 7." Or and there was one guy. He was like, he looked at his watch for about 10 seconds.
Just
I'm like,
trying to read
"Bro,
it.
it's not that hard to read." But he was like, and then he didn't even give me exact time. It was like nearly 1:45. I was like, "What time is that?"
Nearly 1:45.
And then I was walking off, and I'm like to Shiv, was like, "His watch is broken." It was all show. But like, yeah, it was an interesting experience not having your phone for like a minute.
Yeah. Especially when it's like boring. So when we got there, everybody still got to, like you're waiting for everyone to get seated and shit. It said like the show starts at 7. It didn't start till 8. So we were in there by like say 1:15, and then people were still funneling in for a good 45 minutes without being able to, because my phone's fucking vibrating and shit.
Oh, really?
I just posted something on IG. So it was like, burnt. I'm like, fuck, I can't check out who it is, man. Who the fuck liked my reel, bro? Oh,
That's
gosh.
hilarious, bro. Like, it was
Yeah.
an interesting experience.
It forced you to be there in the moment. Like, I mean, like
But the moment was boring.
it was.
Like when the show was going on, it
Yeah.
was fucking
It was fine.
spectacular.
There were times when like because the DJ Trauma was playing, right? He was trauma.
Was it trauma or drama? Drama.
Trauma.
Drama. Okay. It's DJ drama for some reason.
Yeah, DJ Trauma was playing, and like I found it interesting his set because Ken and I would talk. He would just play samples of
Well, yeah, I was playing Guess the Sample
yeah.
with Shivy, but like it wasn't fun because like she didn't know. So I was playing with myself.
You're the
You're the
wanker.
wanker.
I was the wanker of sampling. Like, I was like, girls, Jay-Z. And I felt like Don, bro. I was like, oh my God, now I know how Don feels.
Playing with myself.
Lil Wayne, let the beat build.
Hey, that's a good song.
Oh man. But
That was fun. That was that little set that he did.
it was cool to see Jeff Ross because we
I
didn't
didn't even know he was coming.
Yeah, because
I didn't even know him, and also Donnell Rawlings was coming. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a thing.
We kind of knew because when we went to get merch as soon as we walked in.
That's when I saw that.
You see, there was a shirt for Jeff Ross and there was a shirt for Donnell Rawlings.
I saw, ID comedy, the good ones. He went and performed there.
Oh,
There was
yeah?
the Jeff Ross did. Yeah. So I knew he was in the country. I didn't realize that he was going to be opening for Chappelle.
Yeah.
Until we saw the merch, which, yeah, man, I'd never. So Jeff Ross, he's known as the roast master general, you know, because every time someone does like a roast on, I think it was like Comedy Central, he's that dude. But I've never seen him do a set. And bro, this guy is spectacular, bro. The Queen, oh my gosh, I can't even say.
Oh, bro.
His Queen
Not
bit.
allowed.
I was looking around the room.
It's funny.
I love those type of jokes because where you have to look around the room just to suss out
Yeah,
the
yeah,
crowd.
the type that would make people like usually uncomfortable, right?
allowed to laugh
But everyone's phone is locked, so no one can like record you laughing at that joke.
Yeah.
It's like I'm
Even
fucking
the-
shaking.
I mean,
people.
Even the
it
roast
also-
set, like the quick roast set, like getting on people on stage and just roasting crap out of it, that
Yeah.
was fun.
It also
That's
makes
fun.
sense that they did that because like that's his money.
Yeah,
Like that's he wrote those. All of those comedians wrote those jokes, and like if you film it, you're practically giving it away for free.
yeah, exactly.
This is not a concert where like everyone knows like the song that plays is like, oh yeah, we've heard the song before, but this is a joke, you know, like this is gonna like is it part of his comedy special in the next one? Because
yeah.
at the intro they had a little like
I think so. So
Netflix
once
thing,
he's
so-
done his tour, then
This would be-
they'll release it on Netflix.
but I think it'll be more American orientated because the one thing I was interested in seeing Chappelle's stand up is like how political would it be?
right.
Because
right.
like if it was political like as his usual Netflix like specials, it would I don't think it wouldn't go well because like of the crowd.
yeah,
The crowd is like fully Australian.
yeah.
So yeah, like his set was probably more catered towards our like geared to our ears. So I'm interested to see the special that he drops and comparing it to what I saw
Right.
because like it'd be different. I'm pretty sure like 40% of it will be different to what we saw on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was good. My favorite joke was a riff, so that was great.
Yeah.
Like, it was just the most hilarious thing. I won't say it, but I'll say it off air. But yeah, it's just funny that like one of the funniest things was just a freestyle joke that because he was like crowd working,
Yeah.
and just I like watching comedians crowd work because like it's kind of like what we do, like speak on the fly, joke on the fly, and then
With
just,
no crowd.
Yeah, with no crowd, but yeah.
No
So
crowd.
what you're saying is we're better than Dave Chappelle.
No,
No, what he's saying is it's just work.
Yeah. Ooh.
There's no crowd. It's just
this
work.
is work. This is work. Good work though. Work that I love.
It's work.
But yeah, I had a great time at the show, and yeah, man, I
What
want to
did
see more
Shivy
stuff.
think? She liked
She
it?
loved it,
Yeah.
bro. Like that, all the jokes that you're not supposed to laugh at. That's a wheelhouse.
Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, what annoyed me at the show, not any of the jokes and stuff. There were two people behind us that were talking in between the set, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up! Like no one's here to hear you talk. Just man, and then there were other people who were like yelling out. Like
I'm rich, bitch.
I'm rich, bitch, or like they were yelling out Rick James, like come on, man,
it's not a concert, bro. You gotta sit
I was
there.
thinking in my head, I should stab this motherfucker. He was within reach.
Do it for
like
days.
those people, man. Like, come on, you ruin it for everybody else. Jesus.
They were asking for people to come up, right?
Yeah.
And so where we're seated, we're not at the floor because that shit's fucking expensive. But we're a little bit, like we're close, but we're still, far away. So if they're picking people out of the crowd, they're not picking up from where we're seated.
There
They're
was
picking them from the floor where people can walk up to the stage easily.
Yeah.
You know, people
This
standing
dude
up,
that
yeah.
yells out, I'm Rick James, bitch. He's fucking like standing up, hands up, and like, he's not gonna fucking pick you, bro. Sit your ass down, man.
No.
What are you gonna do,
The
climb
funny
over
thing,
the
the funny
banister?
thing,
Exactly.
on my one of the guys that like Jeff Ross, he didn't pick one of the guys that came up. He just came up on stage, and the security guy let him through, thinking he was picked, and he was up on
Right.
stage, and he was the annoying one.
Yeah.
So like
there's
he
always
was
one.
being annoying. Like he was trying to roast like guy like Jeff Ross back.
Yeah.
But like everyone's like against him and shit. They're like, nah, fuck that shit. And it was good because we laughed harder at the roast that he got.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was good. But like, yeah, man, I want to go to more comedy shows, bro. And then one of the funny things that we heard in the crowd, like there was like hip hop artists behind us,
All right.
like 3 rows back,
Yeah.
and they were like, you know, they were mumbling lyrics when the sample shit was going on. And then one of the guys said, and I love the optimism. It's like, one day I'm gonna sell out this arena. You wait.
Nice.
And then I'm just sitting there like, me and Shiv look at each other. We had a little giggle because I'm like, chances are pretty low, mate. But I love the optimism. I was like, all right, cool, all right. And I went to Shivy because we heard of her, and I was like, Shivy, I was like, one day the Cheatcoders are going to be filling out this arena. Shivy just laughed and it's like,
Come on, bro. That's gonna happen
Chances are
for
pretty
sure.
low, right?
chances are pretty low, mate.